It's Dan, and welcome back to the Premier League and to game week number 22.
Aching. You can even ask my bro, he's complaining. My heart's aching, straight breaking. I'm knees deep in, I can't even take it. Can we talk through the pain, walk through the rain? Look me in my eyes, I ain't okay, nah. I've been through all of this pain in the rain, nah. Look me in my eyes, trust me, I ain't alright. I won't lie, I'm in pain. Trauma in my mind from the past and it's hurting. Pain up in my chest and my heart is pure aching. Deep depression like dirt, man, I can't take it. Demonic thoughts in me, but I'm just trying to do right. My heart's in pain, I can't cope with it. Sipping up just to feel okay. My heart's aching, really breaking. Sipped up once, now they all hate me. And I won't lie, I don't feel the same now. And I won't lie, I don't really feel the same.
After a very interesting mid-week round the games, with some games going to the end and some teams drawing, especially those at the top of the league. Let's find out what will happen in game week 22. Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan 10 at checkout. Peace. And we start with the Manchester Derby. Manchester United versus Manchester City. Now, if you didn't obviously know, we sacked Ruben Amorim, got Darren Fletcher in to take managerial charge of Burnley and of Brighton. Both of those games, well, we drew against Burnley 2-2 and we lost to Brighton in the FA Cup. We have now appointed a caretaker manager, and his name is Michael Carrick. Yes, Michael Carrick is in caretaker charge until the end of the season. His first two games are Man City this weekend and Arsenal next weekend. Two games which I wouldn't say are fucking easy. This game fucking isn't easy at all. Against a City team, though, who look, in all, drew 1-1 to Brighton in the Premier League and but 10 part. We'll go over the Premier League games, and I think, what I want to say, what we can do? We've got Ahmad back. We've got Mainu back. We got Mount back, Mainu back, Bruno back, Ahmad back, and Brian and Birmingham all back. Well, Bo and Birmingham and Ahmad and Birmingham from AFCON, Mason and Bruno from injury. So what do I say? I want to say we'll win it, but I don't think we will. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw in this game. And we have a guest. His name is Alex Moriali.
Hello, my name is Alessandro Moriali. Thank you, Dad, for letting me be on the Premier League predictions. The first game on Saturday is the Manchester Derby between Manchester United versus Man City. I think this could be a really close game, but I think Man City are going to just edge this one, I reckon. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Man City.
And we now go to Chelsea versus Brentford. In this one, I can only see it go. I mean, Chelsea under now Liam Senior in their charge of him now is Liam Senior one. They lost to Fulham by 2-1, and I mean under how will he play? How will he play? I've seen he's really been in charge for two games really, in the FA Cup and the EFL Cup, and against a Brentford team who, as we know, do look quite good though. I'm going to go in this game with a 2-1 victory to Chelsea. And Alex, what are you saying in this game?
The 3 o'clock game starting off with Chelsea versus Brentford. This is a local derby, so anything can happen in a derby. So I reckon this could be a close game, and I reckon this could be a draw in this one. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this game.
We head to Leeds versus Fulham. Now, Leeds. As we know, Leeds were involved in an absolute mental game against Newcastle United, which they lost by 4-3. We won't say who scored the 2 goals for Newcastle to save their hopes, but Brendan Aronson has scored 3 goals in 2 matches now, and against a Fulham team who did beat Chelsea, and Harry Wilson has been on a madness of form recently. I think this game could be quite close. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. And Alex, what are you saying in this game? We know.
Next one, it's Leeds United versus Fulham. I think this could be another cracking game at Ellen Road. Both teams are doing quite well this season, but I think Leeds' home record is better than Fulham's away record, so I'm going to go for Leeds' victory by 2-1 in this fixture.
Go to Liverpool versus Burnley now. Liverpool could win it. Liverpool will win this game. They potentially might have Mohamed Salah back for this game after Egypt crashed out of AFCON 2025, and Burnley, as we know, are quite deep. They're looking like they're going to be going down with Wolves and probably be West Ham. But in this game, I'm going to go with a 4-0 win to Liverpool. And Alex, what are you saying in this game?
The next one is Liverpool versus Burnley. I think Liverpool are going to win this one against Burnley, so I'm going to go for 3-1 victory to Liverpool.
2. Sunderland versus Crystal Palace. Now, Sunderland, as we know, they played against Brentford and lost thanks to another 2 goals by Igor Thiago. He has been on some madness at the moment, and Crystal Palace, who have had a bit of a stumbling block through 0-0 with that you can tell that Palace are missing this Malassar a lot, because he's currently with Senegal in the final. Senegal and Morocco are in the AFCON final. It'll be interesting AFCON final, but Sunderland will have most of their players back now from AFCON, so they'll be stronger, more hungrier. We know that the Stadium of Light is going to be turned into an absolute fortress. Is being in the fortress. I'm going to go with a 2-1 narrow victory to Sunderland. And Alex, what are you saying in this game?
The next game is Sunderland versus Crystal Palace. I think Sunderland might edge this one at home at the Stadium of Light. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Sunderland.
We now go to potentially El Sakiko. Yes, that's what people are naming it. In Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham United. Now, both managers are under a lot of pressure. Spurs sit 14th. West Ham sit 18th in the league. I mean, to be honest, this potentially could be the El Sakiko game, but where either manager needs, but both managers here are under pressure in this game. And I am going to say Tottenham Hotspur have just signed Conor Gallagher from Atletico de Madrid. Hasn't hardly played. Spurs lost 3-2 to Bournemouth last week. And They played West Ham, lost in a crucial game 2-1 to Nottingham Forest after a very crucial VAR decision that went against them. And I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw.
The next one is Tottenham Hotspur versus West Ham United. Both managers and teams are struggling. Rumours are saying this could be El Sakiko. Spurs have been playing really bad at home, and West Ham are in the bottom three and they are struggling away. I reckon this could be a draw in this one, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
About Nottingham Forest, we head to the City Ground for Nottingham Forest versus league leaders Arsenal. Now, Arsenal are through in the FA Cup, have a commanding lead in the EFL Cup against the Forest team who have looked quite decent recently under Sean Dyche. I mean, can they pull off one of the biggest shocks we've seen all year and all season so far? Can they beat the leaders Arsenal? They've done it before. They're more than capable of doing it again. 2-1. 2-1 Nottingham Forest. And Alex, as an Arsenal fan, mate, what are you saying in this game?
The late kick-off, 5:30, is Nottingham Forest are playing my team, Arsenal, who are top of the table, Arsenal, my team, and they are doing particularly well against a struggling Nottingham Forest side. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Arsenal in the late kick-off against Nottingham Forest. I just think Arsenal are just going to be a little bit too strong for Nottingham Forest.
Head to Sunday and to Wolverhampton Wanderers and Newcastle were involved in that 4-3 massacre of winning against Leeds. 2 goals from Harvey Barnes, one in the 36th minute and one in the 90 plus 12th minute. He is the guy on the thumbnail, and against a Wolves team who got a point against thanks to another goal from Matheus Mane. That man's insane, but Newcastle, you'd assume, will have far too much. Newcastle United 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. And we go.
Going into Sunday's fixtures, the first game is at 2 o'clock. It is Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Newcastle United. I think Newcastle United are going to win this quite comfortably, and I reckon it's going to be a 3-1 victory to Newcastle. I just feel Wolves are going down this season, and I don't think they've bought the right players for their squad, and Newcastle are going to win this one, I reckon, quite comfortably, 3-1.
To the penultimate game, which is Aston Villa versus Everton. Now, Aston Villa, always, they are technically, because with all of the league teams losing, there is a 6-point gap between Villa, City, and Arsenal. Yes, and then there's a further 5 back to then there's another 7 points back to all the top 4 teams drew on match day in game week 21. So yeah, it was a very interesting and not many wins in game week 22, 3-1 even. So yeah, and I'm gonna say Villa will get back to winning ways. If City got points or Arsenal got points, Villa are hot on their heels. 2-0 Aston Villa. And Alex, what are you saying in this game?
The last game in Sunday at 4:30 is Aston Villa versus Everton. I reckon Aston Villa are going to just win this game, but it's going to be a very tight game. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Aston Villa.
Now go to the last game of the game week, and it is Brighton and Hove Albion versus AFC Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth are now officially without Antoine Renaud, who did score on his last hurrah, a 90 plus 5th minute goal to basically help his team win against Tottenham Hotspur and against a Brighton team who drew 1-1 to Man City. Yes. And I can honestly see it being here an interesting game of a draw. But I think Brighton might nick it. Brighton will nick it 2-1. And Alex, for the last time, mate, what are you saying in this game?
It's Brighton and Hove Albion versus AFC Bournemouth is the Monday night game. Apologies for that. I reckon this could be a draw in this one, so I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Thank you, Dad, for the Premier League predictions. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Thanks for watching this video.
Thank you all very much. I might see you on Monday for the Champions League. I will be. Champions League phase. The last one makes, well, a couple more. The penultimate one makes its return after the Christmas and New Year break. So yeah, stay tuned for Champions League on Monday, Europa League on Wednesday. Yes, we're back to 4 again this week. And I'll see you lot on Monday for the Europa. No, for the Champions League is making its return. Stay tuned for that. What will happen in the Manchester Derby? Will Arsenal have a bigger lead, or will the lead have shrunk? Find out a lot more in Game 23. But for now, I'll see you lot on Monday for the Champions League.